Nigeria's Minister of Education, Dr. Tunji Alausa, announced changes to age requirements for university admissions, lifting the 18-year minimum age for now. Speaking in Abuja, Alausa stated that the age requirement for the West African and National Senior School Certificate Examinations, WASSCE and NECO, remains at 18, a rule that is being enforced by WAEC and NECO as part of existing regulations. He clarified that under a grace period agreement with JAM, students below 18 will still be eligible for university admission this year. However, from next year, the 18-year age requirement will be strictly enforced. Exceptionally gifted students under 18 will be exempt from this restriction, allowing them to take the exams early. To discuss this, we're joined by an educationist, Jolaawo Olufunmilayo. Hello, thank you for joining us, sir.
Thank you. Good afternoon.
All right, good afternoon. Now, how do you think, how can the age limit, talking about the 18-year age limit requirement, how can the lifting of this, for university admissions impact the education system in Nigeria, both positively and negatively?
Okay. Like you said, it has both its positive and its negative impact on education. For now, I believe the threshold should take like 3-4 years, because we have a lot of people in grade school right now that at 15, 16, they will be eligible to write their school leaving examination. So if the ban is effective by next year, we're going to have a lot of backlog in students, that would have finished school and cannot take the examination. I will know the negative effects of that down the line. So, well, I think the government is thinking about it, and I think in due time, let's just see what happens. If the threshold will take some time, more time, at least 2-3 years before that happens. As we know, in other climes, we have age boundaries where you can get into university or college and things like that. But we've had that age reduced for a long time in Nigeria. So we need to be very strategic about it so it doesn't have a very big downfall on the educational system. Another thing we could do is to introduce a gap year kind of thing, where the students that will have written SSE at that point, and they're not up to 18, would have something like A-levels. We can introduce that too, that they can have like a year or so to study, then enter university at the right age, or maybe 200 level, etc. There are ways we can go about it, but just stopping people abruptly like that is going to have a very, very, very long negative effect.
All right, Mr. Olufunmilayo, now talking about, this age limit issue, are there challenges that I'm talking about, in future, potential challenges or even benefits of enforcing the age restriction for WASSCE and NECO exams, while also allowing flexibility for exceptional students?
Yes. In education goes by pursuit with age. Okay, you can be exceptionally gifted, you can be smart, and but you're not the right age for that class. It happens every time. That's why you can't expect a 14-year-old, even though you're very smart, to be in university. You should attain a particular age so you'll be able to economically, socially, mentally cope with the demands of that kind of education. Okay, education is not just about mental education, physical education, social education. You have to go all around to have it. So that's why I said this rot has happened a long time ago. Where we have schools giving students what do you call it again? Accelerated promotions. Where we don't really look at the age boundaries for entering secondary school. If I've had all this, I've maintained all this from scratch, wouldn't have this problem down the line. So yes, age and education, very, very important. They go pari passu. So that's why you have the age limit to get into school. But all the same, we have extremely gifted people. That's a different case. That's for extremely gifted people. But for regular people, for average people, for just brilliant students, yes, it's important down the line. Because sometimes you find out that when you have a 15-year-old in university, most of the time they can't flow with what comes with that kind of education, the freedom, the kind of teaching and all that. So it will definitely affect the child later on in life. So I understand why the government wants to do this, but they have to give us a larger threshold so they reduce the impact on both parents and students.
All right, now let's quickly digress a bit on how you think the government stance on fake university degrees would affect Nigerian students studying abroad, and also if there are steps that can be taken to protect the integrity of these international qualifications.
Oh, yes. In that's a two-way thing. First and foremost, I think, the test for education is extreme for Nigerians. Two things. We have to make students understand that, yes, to have a tertiary degree is very important, but not everybody wants a BTech, everybody wants a university degree. We have polytechnics that give you fantastic degrees and all that. So down the line, but when people don't respect them in workplaces, or when there are discrepancies in leveling and all that, everybody just wants to have a university degree. And that's a good thing, though. And if you want to have a university degree outside the country, that's a good thing. But like every other country does, we just need to certify any degree that's coming from outside the country. Even degrees coming from inside the country needs to be certified, because anybody can go anywhere and pick it. And what happens is you see people who have not even gone to school, bring those degrees, look for work in Nigeria and have work, then we have a very weak workforce, which is right now, you employ people, you have very fantastic degrees, first class, 2 1s, and they can't even just write a basic employment letter. They can't even just answer basic questions in the interview process. So I like the fact that they did that, and I like them to spread the net, not just one country. I would like them to spread the net. Let's have an exchange body that can actually verify these results, both internal and external, and we'll be surprised what we get. But it's a very nice thing and very laudable.
Okay.
I think we just expand the nets, yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Mr. Olufunmilayo, for speaking to us.
Thank you, madam.